Hey guys, this is Aegis, and it's March 21st, Wednesday, March 21st, 2012. We're going to be watching a Terran versus Zerg, and it's going to be xSixSleep versus TSLPolt, and this is on Antigua Shipyard. They've spawned cross positions, and this is for, I guess, the Zotac Cup, looking from the list of spectators. So I guess this map was cross spawn only, so we do see the Overlord from xSixSleep making its way across the map. He just needs to make sure it does not get caught by that first Marine. xSixSleep just making drones so far. We'll see when he decides to throw down his pool. He does have an Overlord on the way, and his first gas is coming up as well. Actually, no, that was just a gas trick. I haven't seen that in a while. There's the supply depot coming up for TSLPolt as well. We'll see if he decides to take gas after the barracks to see if he's actually going to be going for a really fast command center, which could be the case, especially because these two players do know it's cross spawn only. The first drone scout is out on the field for xSixSleep as well. And looks like Sleep is going to be going for the hatch first, I believe. There's this drone headed out to the natural expansion. There's the natural expansion going to be thrown down. There it is, coming up for Sleep, and TSLPolt getting his first gas as well. So we'll be seeing not so quick of an expansion. We'll probably see either some Reapers or some Hellions first before throwing down that natural expansion. Polt will be trying to do a little bit of damage to that natural expansion with Hellions if he so desires, or maybe just scouting with a Reaper. Looks like he's not going to be going for that, throwing up that first Marine, and we'll probably see that reactor get thrown down real soon. The orbital command is also on the way. The spawning pool is now coming up for xSixSleep. He's got the first gas up as well, now throwing a couple of guys into gas. He will be going for that speed for the early game. There's that first Marine headed across the map, and the Overlord arrives on this side just in time to do some scouting, and also just in time to avoid that one Marine. And Sleep actually does not have an Overlord here, so he could get bunkered in, but I don't think Polt is interested in doing something like that. And the natural expansion does complete for Sleep, and we'll see a couple of queens on the way in just a few moments. The factory is on the way as well as the reactor, so we will be seeing a reactor Hellion build. We'll see what Polt decides to do behind this. Maybe take an expansion, maybe get a couple of extra tech labs, and do some meching. There's the bunker coming up for Polt. So, like I said earlier, this was dangerous for Sleep early on. He does have Zerglings coming out right now. Polt's bunker does finish, but I don't think anything's going to actually be able to get in there. However, he did force out a bunch of Zerglings, and a Marine does get inside. Oh no! And it looks like the repair going down from that SCV in this bunker is very, very well placed. This Spinecrawler, on the other hand, is not well placed at all. That one SCV going to continue to repair away. The bunker will fall after killing quite a few Zerglings. It looks like that bunker actually did get salvaged. So, very nice play by Polt, forcing out extra Zerglings, also killing off a couple of Zerglings. If he actually got a couple of extra units down there, I think he may have been able to take all of that down. A couple of Hellions now headed across the field, and the first tech lab is being constructed, and the Stimpack immediately gets started. He's also got his natural command center finishing up. He will float that out shortly. Once he decides it's safe, we'll probably see a couple of bunkers up at the front, just in case. Sleep positioning his Spinecrawler up at the front. We'll see if Polt ever decides to do any sort of run by. This is quite a bit of area for that Spinecrawler to cover. So the Hellion's now going to be able to do a little bit of damage to that Spinecrawler. It is now burrowing. It takes only an eternity, so it will take quite a bit of damage before finish burrowing. There's the next pair of Hellions popping out, more Marines on the way. Polt's natural command center now morphing into an orbital command. More barracks going down, so Pult is definitely going to be going for more bio-heavy style. Natural Command Center now floating out to the natural expansion. Sleep now getting another full round of drones. We'll probably see him take the third base real soon within the next 2 or 3 minutes. There's the next gas coming up for Sleep. It's still not really revealing what tech path he's going to be going. I believe he will be going up to Lair, now starting the Carapace +1. Hellion doing a little bit of patrolling here, just checking out what's going on. Pult now throwing down a starport, which he will be headed towards those medevacs. Somehow that slipped my mind for a second. There's the reactor finishing up for Pult once again. Surprised to not see any bunkers up at the front, but these Hellions do give Pult the scouting information to know exactly when any sort of aggression is coming out of Sleep, and it does look like yet another round of drones being produced by Sleep. First medevacs now on the way, and more gas is popping up for Sleep, and Lair now being started. Pult getting a little supply blocked over there, a little uncharacteristic of him. There's the reactor finishing up on yet another barracks. The Overlord over here will be able to check everything out. Marines now coming over to clean that up. Looks like Sleep will see the Starport 2 barracks, so he knows exactly what's going on over here. Engineering bay now being started. Baneling nest on the way as well. The Hellions trying to roast away a couple of those creep tumors. Looks like he will not be able to get those creep tumors. The Zerglings do pop out, and it looks like, oh no, Pult not controlling this very well. He loses a bunch of Hellions, and with that he will almost lose map control. Sleep now moving a Spinecrawler forward. Once again, it is bleeding quite heavily. Maybe needs a transfusion there soon. Pult now pushing out across the map with those 2 medevacs, which do have plenty of energy, as well as those Marines, which do have stim pack. And Sleep may have a lot of trouble to deal with this because he does not yet have Banelings with speed. He's got a couple right now. The Zerglings have popped out, and there are plenty of Marines over here with stim pack. And it looks like the Banelings trying to get into the mix. Pult's not really paying attention over there, losing a couple of Marines to those Banelings. And at the same time, Pult is getting down his 3rd expansion. There's another drop over here, killing off an Overlord. There's still no 3rd expansion for Sleep, so this is going to be troublesome to deal with, especially as the late game comes on. There's Pult with his 1 tank. His siege tech is a 3rd complete. 2 medevacs now returning home. Only losing a couple of Marines in exchange for denying any sort of expansion, as well as cleaning up a couple of those Zerglings. Sleep now has an Overlord at the 3rd location for Pult. Pult is now securing a 10 food lead, and that is not where Sleep wants to be as of this moment. His Spire just completed. He is saving a lot of minerals and gas to be able to produce those Mutalisks. His 3rd base is now on the way. Still more drones being produced, but Pult is gathering up a really frightening army right now. He's got 3 tanks. He's got plenty of Marines out in the field right now as well. He's finishing up his +1 for the infantry, and he's going to be moving across to this location. He's going to set up in order to help defend his 3rd base. His 3rd base will be forced to hang out for a while, as that Overlord did spread some really annoying creep. A lot of Zerglings out in the field. Banelings do have a speed now. Burrow being upgraded. Sleep getting out the +1 for the Mutalisks as well. 14 drones on the way at the same time. Mutas flying into the main of Pult, but it looks like there is a missile turret at the ready. Looks like he will be able to pick off at least 1 tech lab here, and this is extremely annoying to deal with. And oh no, the 2 medevacs taking quite a bit of damage as well, killing 1 off. Looks like that tech lab will fall down. The Mutalisks will quickly back up. 16 Zerglings on the way. Pult putting additional missile turrets up at the front. Third base also getting a missile turret of its own. Sleep now getting spore crawlers, a little bit unsure of why he's doing that. Maybe to help clean up a couple of drops. Polt dropping a ton of mules. His income is going to be completely off the charts. We also have the infestation pit on the way for Sleep. Gas now being taken at that third base for Polt. That's the +1 infantry armor is also finishing up for Polt. He's going to have a very powerful army. He's also got the +1 vehicle weapons on the way. Looks like both players content to sit back for the moment, but as long as it's 3 base versus 3 base, Polt is going to have the advantage. Hive now on the way for Sleep, so he's going to be headed straight for those Broodlords. He's got the flyer attacks level 2 also coming up. 22 more Zerglings on the way. He will be getting a 4th base as well. And 40 plus Zerglings being produced at once for Sleep. He's going to be maxing out real soon. However, Polt does appear to have the stronger army. He is approaching max as well, so he's going to be looking to attack probably real soon, and while securing a 4th base. Excuse me, I've been having the hiccups, and there's the cancel on the command center. Polt immediately rebuilding that. Sleep now securing the 4th base. However, this is definitely a lot later than he would like. He's also needs to get that greater spire on the way. Where is the spire? It looks like he does have it selected, just waiting for the +2 to finish up. Zerglings checking to the north position, just in case there's any sort of expansion over there. Polt moving into the center, onto the creep. Looks like he will be scanning to clean up at least a little bit of that no gold expansion, since this is a tournament map. And the Marines now stimming and running towards this bottom location. However, there are plenty of units available. The Banelings all going off. The tanks getting into position, and here comes Sleep. I don't like this engagement at all for Sleep. He's running a lot of units in, but it actually from the north, a huge push in. It looks like Polt does lose the majority of his army. He doesn't really have any tanks remaining, and it looks like Sleep will be able to come over here. I'm surprised that he was actually able to overrun that entire position with just Zerglings and Banelings. Maybe Polt, I see if he was sieged up or not. Looks like Sleep is going to continue to rally units over here. More Infestors on the way, as well as 22 additional Zerglings. More Marines running out for Polt. Looks like Polt does have a pretty strong production here to be able to produce that many Marines at once. 15 Marines going to be popping out real soon, and 7 Ultralisks for Sleep. +3 infantry armor, as well as a +3 attack coming up for Polt. He's going to be trying to secure this center expansion over here with a planetary fortress. And just look at Polt. He just lost his entire army, and he's got most of those Marines all back already. Polt's going to be repairing this command center real soon, no doubt. A couple of Banelings in the mix, but the Ultras will soon be out on the field. Looks like he will go ahead and target down that command center, or cancel for Polt. Little transfer of SCVs. He is running out in the main, and I believe Sleep will be looking forward to taking a 5th base real soon. Surprised to see that he hasn't done that as of yet. The Ultralisks are out on the field. There they are, as well as additional Banelings to add to this mix. 5th base coming up for Polt. He may be trying to take this location. A couple of medevacs going to be flying by. The Zergling does see it, so Sleep definitely has units in position for this, so nothing to worry about over here. Sleep gonna be moving towards the north over here with his Ultralisks. We'll see if he decides to try to bust this tank line. He's headed into the center of the map, and he does have the watchtower here, so he does have the high ground advantage. He can use those infestors to throw down those crucial fungal growths. Polt now moving his command center back towards this location. He will need to clean up a little bit of creep before taking that expansion. The Muto's coming into the center to see exactly what's going on. The Ultra's all spreading out. He's going to get ready to surround the center area and clean it up. And there's the push in with all of the units crunching in from both sides, and the Fungal's going down as well. Sleep going to continue to run forward with the Ultras as well as the Banelings. Banelings going off on the Sea Shanks, and the Ultras, they just seem indestructible, especially against a non-max Terran army, and there they go plowing through everything. And it does look like Sleep will take this game. He's prevented that new expansion from getting up, and Polt is running out of money while Sleep is continuing to bank it all up. There's the Marauders trying to come out for Polt. The Ultras are just too much, and Sleep should be rallying more and more Zerglings up here real soon. The Marines popping out, going to be chasing after those Ultras, but as soon as those Zerglings arrive, Sleep will continue the assault. And there's the Zerglings popping forward. The Ultra's going to be running in as well, and it looks like Sleep taking down another group of Marines. However, Polt is actually still hanging in there. A couple of Marauders coming out. Ultra's trying to work on that command center. More Zerglings rushing in here. They're going to try to target down this base after killing a couple of these bio units. Looks like the lift on that command center, and the Zerglings Ultras continuing to run forward. The Sea Shanks getting caught out of siege mode. SCV's transferring as well. GG out of Polt. So this game goes to Sleep. Very well played game out of Sleep there, and I'll see you guys later.